Hey, this is Al McGhee with your entertainment ticket. I'm here with Khalilah Ali. We're here to talk about the new documentary about the former champ or the world's champ, Muhammad Ali. The film is called The Trials of Muhammad Ali, and it's about his experience when he was lost when the United States government took his title away because he refused to go into the draft. And also the film talks about, too, what happened to him when he changed his name to Muhammad Ali from Cassius Clay, and he joined the Muslim religion. And Khalilah, she's in the film, and she talks about the experience because she was married to him at that time when he was dethroned, or his championship was taken away from him. So tell us a little bit about that, Khalilah.
Well, what happened was, when they call it the trials of Muhammad Ali, is because of the trials that he went through trying to be the heavyweight champion of the world, by him denouncing that he would not go into the army for armed forces, and that he has a belief that doesn't let him do that. And that went up against him being getting the championship of the world possibilities, because they took his title, they took his passport, and they was getting ready to put him in jail.
Yeah, that's right. He's also, he was a minister, too, of the Muslim religion, right?
Yes, he was. I was with the Nation of Islam at that time.
Now, at that time, you were married to him, so you all had a lot of financial problems and things like that, right?
Yes, we were struggling, even though with my Muslim skills, being a woman, we was able to sew my own clothes, cook my own foods and things like that. So we was living a good life, but we still had to do without and make that work. And I was there to be with him, to give him that support that he needed.
Oh, exactly. Now, you was born Belinda Boyd, but when did you become a Muslim?
I was born a Muslim all my life. My mother and father are Muslims. I was born under them. And I was also grew up in the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's house, as a student, to grow up with his grandchildren. So I know all about being with the Nation of Islam, being with the MGT, and the FOI. And I'm kind of helped Muhammad Ali to understand what it was all about, because he wasn't really schooled in it, and it was something new for him. So I kind of paved the way.
Yeah, in fact, in the documentary, Muhammad Ali, his mother and father brought him up as a Christian. Yeah. And in fact, his mother and father was really kind of against him when he became a Muslim, because they had their strong Christian beliefs, right?
Yes, he did. They were beautiful, beautiful people. And she was a wonderful woman. We got along very well. It was the fact that her not being educated on the Nation of Islam, knowing how we support each other and the strength. Anytime somebody has doubt and have no understanding or no education on a certain people or a situation, then they get lost in the sauce, and they think that, it's only natural for his mother to be afraid of something she doesn't understand. So, but once we got to know them, and she got to know more about the Islam, she wasn't in fear anymore. She was more relaxed, and she can accept it then.
In fact, his brother also converted too.
Oh yeah, whatever Ali did, his brother Rahman, he was right there with him. They traveled together. They're like twins together. And what hurts now is the fact that he is not really allowed to even talk to his brother right now because of Ali's marital situation. And
you mean because of Ali's wife?
Yeah.
Current wife?
Current wife, yeah. Well, she kind of don't let him talk to anybody of his family. She don't let anybody talk to him.
In fact, I read an article where your son, Muhammad Ali Jr., also has that same problem too with his current wife. Is that true?
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. And it's sad, but you know what? My mother always say to me, don't worry about anything. It all comes out in the wash.
It sure does. Now, here in the Trials of Muhammad Ali, also it shows that, during that time when he was not champion, was not making any money, he was going to college campuses to talk and things like that. But he started talking a lot about the Elijah Muhammad and the teachings of Elijah Muhammad. But a lot of people did not understand that.
Right, they didn't. What happened was, I kind of, when I saw him get everything taken away from him, I had just graduated out of high school. I was getting ready to go to college, and I didn't end up going to college I made the choice to go ahead and marry him and support and help him. But by my mind being still rigor and young, and I took that and turned that into like a campaign, like a political campaign, and said, well, let's make a campaign that you are the people's champ, and if we keep doing that, then they'll be forced to give you your license back. That was the itinerary at that moment. And I'm the one that got him to go to colleges. I helped him write his speeches at the time but we talked at that time more.
Because I don't think any PR firms, anything, really wanted to work with him because a lot of people were really against him, wasn't they?
Yeah, I was the only source that he had. And just like Jacqueline Onassis Kennedy helped her husband, John Kennedy, put him in the magazines and helped him because she was with the Daily News and everything. She supported him that way, and so I figured I'd support mine the same way. And it worked. It actually worked. It took us 3 years to go through those trials and suffering until he got his license back.
Wow.
But it was me to keep him, because Ali was really depressed. He was really upset the fact that he lost everything.
But he didn't show that in public, though. He didn't show that in public.
No, because we wanted to give a positive energy all the time. We wanted to keep him. Only I knew what he was going through at home. But we wanted to keep him on the upbeat in public at all times.
Now, this documentary, you in it and you talking about it and things like that. The producer, what's the producer's name?
The producer, director is Bill Siegel.
Now, how did you get to meet him?
Bill Siegel came to me through John Ali from Chicago, Illinois. And they said, well, if you want to know anything about Ali's inside life or anything, you talk to Khalilah, because Khalilah is the only one that really knows it, because they were together during all that period, that long period. That was before the hanger-ons. That was before the entourages. That was before all that. So I was more like his backbone. We were like two peas in a pod, just traveling the world, you know?
Yeah.
So, and we drove everywhere. I got him on the maps when we went to the colleges and everything, and we made a fun thing out of it. But when he first started and he wanted to get into ministry, that Elijah Muhammad would pay him to be a minister. So that's how he made a living as well. Not only the college engagements, but with the ministry, they gave Elijah Muhammad the legal right to give him payment for his services as speaking all around the country. So that was our income.
That was an interesting life at that time, wasn't it?
Yeah, rough and wild, yes.
I know, right? Rough and wild. But I still respect the champ. I love the champ, but also I still respect you, and I'm so glad to meet you. And I want to thank you so much for taking time with yourentertainmentticket.com.
Yeah.
And you're still a beautiful woman, too.
And everybody should go see the Trials of Muhammad Ali, because the Trials of Muhammad Ali goes with the trials that we're going through today.
Exactly.
Yes.
And we both from Chicago. I remember seeing you when I was a young man too, all around the city and things like that. I said, oh, what a beautiful woman. And you're still a beautiful woman.
Thank you. God bless you.
We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETV.com. We are your entertainment ticket, that's right. YETV.com.